Welcome to episode number 81. In today's episode, I answer one of your questions, and the question goes like this. Del, do you wear a fancy watch or do you wear an Apple Watch? And how should I dress in interviews? So you're not going to want to miss this answer. Stay tuned. So the big question is, how do ambitious people like us who grew up listening to the old advice of go to school, work hard for 40 years, and retire when you're old, create a life today that is meaningful, abundant, healthy, and brings joy, while also leading a life that is productive and full of achievement? That is the question, and this is the podcast that will help give you the answers that you're searching for. My name is Del Denny, and welcome to the Upgrade Your Life podcast. What is going on? Del Denny here. And I had a question someone wrote to me. And if you have questions, please do. I'm happy to answer. And the question was, hey, Del, do you wear a fancy watch in meetings or when speaking or any of that stuff? Or do you just wear an Apple Watch while you go up there? And let me address that question because it is kind of silly, because I wanted to talk about the way that you present yourself. And the answer is, I wear an Apple Watch 99% of the time. I wear it every single day. But I do wear a very nice watch when I'm in meetings or when I'm speaking. And the reason being is, for myself, I like to look well, dress well, and I like to dress above the competition. And that's really going to be the message of this. Now, I've talked about this before, and I'm going to share the story again. But when I was in my early 20s, I was in New York City, and I was at a little deli right outside of Wall Street. And so where the New York Stock Exchange is, you have all these executives and people making these high-power decisions. And, it's where the hustle and bustle is, and there's so much energy there. And I was at this deli, and right next to me, within arm's length, was a guy and his executive coach. So this guy had a coach. I could tell that the guy being coach was very powerful, had a very good position, and then he had a coach. And, being in my early 20s, I'm eating, and I could not help but overhear the conversation. And the coach was explaining to this executive about clothing. And he said, you need to invest in your clothing. You need to dress very well. Think of it as an investment. It's a part of your brand, your image. When you look great, you feel great, you perform great. So it's a part of that. And I've always taken that to account. And so when it comes to business meetings, I tend to dress very well. Now, every day, like right now, I'm wearing a white t-shirt and joggers and an Apple Watch. And so I'm very chill today. But every time I'm in a meeting, I dress very well. I dress above the competition. I'll give you another example. Something that happened to me years ago was I was in a management position at this company, and I was a new manager, and I flew out to San Diego for a big meeting once a quarter. We all flew out there. There was about 60 of us managers, and so it was kind of the creme de la creme of people. And I knew the CEO very well. And anyways, I went out to California, and it was kind of a relaxed atmosphere. People wearing t-shirts and flip-flops, and they were very chill, right? Because it's got that California vibe. But for me, that's not my style. For me, I'm professional. I want to look the part. So I stood out. I had nice blue jeans, very dark blue jeans, nice blue jeans, nice shoes, a nice shirt. I think it was like a Bugatti shirt. It was casual, but it was nice. And, a nice watch, and, look the part. Well, anyways, in the middle of towards the beginning of the introduction, as they were starting out the meeting, the CEO noticed me and said, "Hey, Del, can you come up front real quick?" Yeah, sure. So standing in front of 60 people, the CEO said, "Hey, I want everyone to look how Del dresses. This is how everyone should look when it comes to business meetings. This just brings being more professional. You look the part. This is the standard I think everyone should dress. And that little interaction helped me stand out. I was a new manager, and I ended up standing out amongst the other managers, and it was a really cool thing. And I've had that experience happen to me quite a bit, where dressing a little bit above the competition, if you will, helps you to stand out. Imagine if you're in an interview, and you're dressed like everybody else. Well, you're going to look like everybody else. You have to resist being average. You have to stick out and show up. So like maybe it's wearing a bright red tie to an interview, right? So now that you're known as, when they're deliberating on who they hire, they say, that guy with the bright red tie? Oh, yeah. That's the person that you want to be. You want to stick out. And so I always say dress above the competition. Dress above the group that you're speaking to. Not crazy amount, we're not wearing tuxedos everywhere, but we want to just go one notch above what everybody else is doing. And so I hope that helps. So the question I had earlier was, do you wear a Rolex watch or a nice watch when you're speaking and presenting? Absolutely I do. Every other day I'm wearing my Apple Watch because I love the activity tracker, and it helps me with my health goals. But every other day I'm wearing for meetings I'm wearing the nice watch. So hopefully that helps. So I'm going to challenge you guys to dress above the competition. If you're going into a meeting, don't be casual, don't be average, resist being average, stand above everybody else. You're going to look great, you're going to feel great, you're going to perform great, people are going to remember you, and it's just a little thing to do. So resist average, stand above the competition. All right, my friends, this is Del Denny signing off. Remember, learn, lead, and live to your full potential. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, please share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the show on iTunes to get automatic episode updates for the Upgrade Your Life podcast. And finally, please take a minute to leave us an honest review and rating on iTunes. Your feedback really helps us out when it comes to the ranking of the show, and I make it a point to read every single one of the reviews that we get. So thanks for listening. Thanks for joining me on the Upgrade Your Life podcast. Have a great day.